Welcome back to another episode of City Refs, the unofficial officials. I'm your boy Mondo. Of course, we got Varsity Dan on the other side. How's it going, brother?
How's it going, man? It's been a minute.
I know. I mean, I feel like we've been all over the place, but before we get to that, do you want to let them know who sponsored this video?
Absolutely. This episode is brought to you by Tanya Intirium Agency, State Farm, of course, our best friends, and they can be your best friends too. If you need insurance for your house, your car, life insurance, very important, especially if you have kids, make sure you contact them. We'll put all their information in the description down below. And we'll hop right into this episode, man.
Yeah,
What's
yeah, yeah,
happening?
yeah. But I will say, man, I'm so happy that Tanya decided to partner with us again after last season. I mean, she's been such a great sponsor and person in general. She's doing some amazing things over there at that agency.
Yeah, man, it is totally. It's a great fit. It's a great, partnership, and we definitely are happy to have her back on for the new season, which we're going to talk a little bit about today.
Yeah, I mean, I started writing down notes about like, all right, we should talk about this. I'm like, dude, we've done so much like in the last like 2 weeks. It's unreal.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely been busy.
yeah, yeah. So we'll jump in. The first game back, City Park. How did it feel?
Amazing, you know, just getting back out there, stretching out the lungs, chanting, yelling.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's been a good time.
it was awesome. And then not only that, our wives in the episode last season when we had them on, they were like, "You need to bring us to more games. You need to bring us to more games." First game back at City Park, we brought our wives.
Bang.
Yeah, they had a great time. And I'm looking over here because was that an Indy? I think it was Purple Indy, brother.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
I'm not.
watching.
I'm not gonna pay too much attention to that.
I'm
Whatever's
watching.
going on
I'm
over there.
watching some cars. I gotta turn this off. Let's turn this off. I can rewatch it. All right, so yeah, back at it. Our wives had an amazing time at the game. We're definitely gonna take our wives to more games this season and City Two games, of course. But they got mad last year because we only took them to City Two.
Yeah, you know what? I got a little flack for that last year, obviously, but yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna be in a better position this year to be able to bring the wives. So, and that is also thanks to our wonderful partners, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So we're excited for that. Um, but back to that first game. I mean, it was incredible. Like you were talking, like it was great to be back. Like I lost my voice again.
I had to work the next day, so I'm like, I cannot lose my voice.
I know. I
Whatever
know.
I do tonight,
You were
because I
like,
had to be at work at 6
yeah,
a.m.
I know.
So I'm
You
like,
were signing a lot instead of
yeah, I
yelling.
was trying to, I'm not gonna give them the sign on here because we're gonna keep it PG,
Yeah.
but yeah, there was a lot of you know, and it just came out, and yeah, so by the time I went to work, my voice was trashed,
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
it was
And
a
then
quick turnaround.
yeah, yeah,
So
I
I was
know.
trying to save it too because that was Tuesday. That was on a Tuesday,
Yeah, I was on a Tuesday.
first match back at City Park, and then we kick off the MLS season that Saturday.
Yeah, it was like jam packed with games like this last like week or so. But what's funny about like that Houston game, like Abby and I, we had to drop our baby off at my mother in law's house, and we had to go back after the game to get them. And of course, they love to talk, man. We were there for like another hour and a half, and I was so tired. I was like, I just need to get back to the house, man. But I mean, that was crazy. Me and Cameron were talking because also our buddy Cameron got to go with us and his wife, and we had
Yeah,
a blast.
yeah, that was a really good time. Definitely have to do that again. Get the wives back together. It seemed like they were having a blast up in the stands behind us.
I know what was
So
nice, yeah, is we like they were behind us, talking to me and Daniel. It's like they weren't even there.
hopefully they don't watch this episode.
Yeah, we would turn around occasionally, but hey, everything good. All right, cool. But what's funny is Cameron and I we've been to the first game he went to, and maybe the only game he went to last season at City Park was against Houston, and we beat them. Then we went down to Austin and they played Houston and Austin beat Houston. And then his second game here at City Park was Houston, and then we beat him again. So I'm like, dude, we're on to something here.
We should have shipped them out to Houston.
Yeah, it would
No,
have
wait.
worked.
Well, yeah. If we would have sent them to Houston, maybe we're still in this CONCACAF Champions Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna blame him for not buying a ticket and flying down there.
Yeah, we needed
Uh,
that.
I know, but that's enough about the first game. We're moving on to the home opener,
The home opener.
which is pretty sick. I mean, I don't know how I felt because I felt like all the hype was for the first game back at City Park, but
Yeah,
there was like no one there at first. We
right.
got in line early, thinking like, all right, man, it's gonna be packed. First game back. No, man, there was no one there at first. I mean, it ended up being packed,
Yeah, it was
but
sellout.
yeah. And then the home opener, whoo, that was packed.
Wait, no, it wasn't a sellout that first game.
It wasn't.
That no, I think I heard it was 20,000. I think, but I mean you couldn't tell.
I mean,
It looked like a sellout to me, but
yeah. I mean, yeah,
and on TV,
20,000. What's the
even on
stadium hold
TV,
again?
22.5.
Yeah. So I
I'm
mean,
pretty
it's
sure.
basically sold out.
Yeah, even the people who were announcing the game, the commentators, they're like that's incredible. Like the atmosphere here is incredible. And then watching some of the other games that took place that week, and since then, there's like nobody at these CONCACAF Champions League games. I
I
mean,
mean, it is.
the
Well,
Houston game, the away leg, there was like 10 people there,
I
and
know.
five of them were from St. Louis.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I mean, the ours was 20,000 here at City Park. I mean, that's packed.
It was.
And then it is a lot of people aren't going, but then again on Tuesday at the Houston game, like it's 9:30 at night, bro.
That is true. That is
What I
true.
mean, we got to think about it. We were hosting a watch party, which it was awesome. We had a blast. What was it? Breakfast King, his buddy came, Ben showed up, um, Steven, Migs, no Goal Patrol crew came through. Yeah, we appreciate all those guys, but man, it was such a fun time. But it was hard to get people out, man. 9:30 on
Yeah,
a Tuesday,
9:30
it's
on a
tough.
Tuesday, and then kind of away from, unless you already live in that area, which some of those guys did, that
Yeah,
made it easy for them. But like even for us, like that was a 40-minute drive for me. So
I know. We should have
even I had to
recorded.
think about it.
Yeah, we should have recorded our conversation on the way home because that was like a 40-minute podcast right there.
Yeah, we should have.
Yeah. Oh well. But I mean, that watch party was awesome. That was our first one, and
Yeah,
it was
co-host
yeah, co-host with Blues Fan Forum podcast. My boy Steve, amazing podcast. If you guys follow the Blues or occasionally watch the Blues, go check out his podcast. Amazing dude, amazing podcast. And the dude knows how to throw a watch party.
for sure.
I mean,
Raffles,
dude,
giveaways.
the dude showed up with QR codes. He showed up with his own sign. I'm like, bro, what are we doing wrong?
Hey,
Like,
but we're gonna take notes, and then
oh
our
yeah,
next one during the season, we're gonna throw one that's gonna be massive. We're gonna have everybody there, anybody and everybody who's worked with us, wants to work with us, wants to be a part of anything to do with, promoting soccer in general. It's gonna be open to everybody, and it's gonna be amazing.
yeah. Even if no one shows up, man, we're still having margarita towers, dude.
Oh no, I'm dragging all my whole family out there, so it's gonna be
Oh
packed.
yeah, yeah, same. Yeah, yeah. They're like, man, there was like 300 people here. We're like,
Like
that's
that's my
just Danny's
cousins,
family.
my nieces.
Yeah,
I got 25, 24 nieces and nephews.
that's insane. That's insane.
So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy is like my normal birthday party that I throw, I usually have like 30, 40 people come out to the house. And I'm
yeah,
like, if I could just get those people to show up to the watch party, we're good.
yeah. They're not gonna have a choice, so
Yeah, exactly.
it's gonna
Yeah,
be
it's gonna be
packed.
awesome. We got to do some big things. I think we can pull something off.
Oh, definitely.
But we played bags at Chicken and Pickle. That's where our watch party was. And we found out that Ben is terrible at bags. I mean, he was my partner. We went undefeated. And I'm not saying I'm not the best, but if I'm in the zone, I'm in the zone. And luckily I was in the zone.
Yeah, I only got to play one full game, so I got no warm up, got thrown in there, and then got to play one game, and we lost by 1 point. So come on, come on,
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I mean, yeah, that was our last game, so yeah, you guys were close. But
1 point. We just couldn't
yeah,
close the
no.
deal. Actually, we had you guys beat, and you play some weird rules too. Like we just played
What do you
till
mean?
like, oh, you can't bust,
You can't be saying it like that, man.
bro. I'm busting.
No, you.
and it's
Yeah.
gonna count. It's gonna count.
So
But
I play. I let's
I've
just
never
say
seen
what the
it played
rules
to where
are.
you just play to that number and then you just throw the bags off.
Yeah, I like playing more defensively and stuff like that because it's fun. So like you have to get 21 on the number. It's more strategic, you know. So that way you're like, okay, I gotta get one on the board, and then you have to like shoot like that. And then if you go over, because going over is easy, man. So then if you go over, you just go back to 15.
Gotcha. Yeah, no,
But in that
I don't play bags often, but when I do, I think we
but
just played
in
slow.
that game it was irrelevant because you guys never went over. You guys couldn't get any
But
more
you
points
got
after
in my
that.
head with it because I had never
Yeah,
played that way.
okay. You're
So
like,
now I'm
what's
like,
going
well,
on?
shit, I can't I can't drain one, and then what am I gonna do with the rest of them? Or if it does go in, then I go over, and I only need 1 point. Yeah,
Yeah, that
so
was crazy. You'll have to send me the clip where we were like, "This one's for Watts," bam,
yeah, and then
and we'll play it.
I said like, this is for
I don't know who you
one of the
said
other players, and right there, and then
drained it. We drained four in a row,
yeah, it
like
was
two
crazy.
each. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
it was
play that.
crazy.
We won't show them the rest, but we'll show them that.
Only the highlights.
Oh yeah, only the highlights, which there weren't many. But yeah, I had a great time. Maybe we can get something going with that during the season too, because that's just fun, man. Like I love just drinking, hanging out with friends, and like that was our first watch party, but like it was just so fun, just being there
Yeah,
with friends, hanging out.
for sure.
So what did we skip over? Because that was
That was the
let me
away.
see,
So the home opener.
yeah, which we didn't get too much into that. Oh, so what's new this season, right? So last season we wanted to make sure that we got more involved with fans, and we wanted to showcase a little bit more of like the live game day stuff.
Right.
And who is it? I don't know what the name of his podcast. He's gonna kill me. Is it Tom Franklin?
Oh
Tim
yeah,
Franklin.
Tom.
What's his Tom Franklin?
Yes,
Yeah.
Tom.
He's doing a lot of vlogs within the stadium, and it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I really enjoy his content. I follow him
Yeah.
on YouTube and on Twitter or X. It's where I see a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, I
Yeah,
truly
same.
enjoy his. There's so many content creators now, and
Oh yeah.
everybody's doing something a little bit different. And the beautiful thing about it is that there's room for everybody. And what's that like? Rising seas, rise all ships, or something like that.
I don't every time
Whatever it
you say
is.
it differently.
Yeah. Whatever it is, there's room, there's no competition. It's just like let's try to elevate everybody. Let's try to create the best content that we can because there are still a lot of haters out there. And
Yeah. Yeah.
unfortunately we're not doing ourselves any favors with the start of the season so far.
Yeah. I mean, we won't get too much into that, but I will say like our goal, I won't say our only goal, but one of our biggest goals like is to highlight the fan experience, right?
Yep.
Like I mean, yes, like we have to like try to make money occasionally because it costs a lot of money out of our own pockets that we're putting out there to try to enhance the fan experience for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like people don't think about that, like shipping costs, like to ship out giveaways. Like that's a
Yeah,
lot.
I think
It adds up.
there was a misunderstanding that we're making all this money.
Yeah, we're not
We
making anything.
operate at a loss.
Yeah,
Hey, so we aren't making any money. Okay?
yeah,
Like,
and we're far from that.
yeah.
Like,
So,
yeah, so I mean that's
be
why
that
we
as it may,
appreciate like
we're still planning on keeping this going for
yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly. That's why we appreciate our sponsors and our
Yep.
partners this year because it definitely helps. And honestly, everything we ask for is for other people.
Yeah. I mean, all the giveaways, anytime we get stuff signed, it's not like we're just pushing kids away to get personal things for us, which we're not pushing
Right.
kids, but still. If anything,
Yeah,
we're inviting
and
the kids over there because, we've built some
exactly.
relationships where, they might come by and say hello. It's like, hey, we might already know about somebody coming by. So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, somebody's going to come say hello. Why don't y'all come down and maybe you can get something signed? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything we do
So I don't know.
is
So
to try to
we,
help everybody else.
yeah,
So,
yeah, I agree. So I guess we'll touch on that a little bit because there's a lot of I don't even know if there's a lot. There are some new listeners, and I mean our goal, like I said, is to highlight the fan experience and bring more people to city and just have a good time, right? Like in the meantime. But I will say, Danny and I, we like our families couldn't afford to take us to live sporting events. And we've said this in multiple episodes. And so like we've never got to go. We've never had that true fan experience. And so like now that luckily, we reconnected, we enjoy going golf, fishing, and now, city games. And we just fell in love with the fan experience and the whole atmosphere. And we're like, dude, let's, and eventually, like we started off the podcast as a joke a little bit, with the referees, but then we realized like what we could do with it. And so now we're trying to share that. I mean, we got people tickets to games who've never been able to go before. The Geo workout, we've given, free tickets to that, which came out of our own pockets. So it's like, I enjoy it. Like that's the one thing too, is like, I just want to keep giving a ton of stuff away. And I'm like, I will go broke. I will go broke if I keep giving all this stuff away.
Yeah.
But it's just so fun to do and spread that, so I don't know. I we'll keep doing it. And oh, I just went on a tangent there, but like that's the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's our goal, that's our mission.
Ultimately, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no ill intentions there, and we'll keep doing our own thing,
Yeah.
keep moving along, keep having fun. There are so many, like that's a one thing too. So we have a new thing that we have city refs trivia in the stadium. So we usually do that before the game starts because I want to focus on the game. So before the game, not every game yet, we'll see. We'll go around, we'll ask some trivia, and if you win, you get a free Caldy's coffee. And that's been fun, man. We have done it twice so far.
Yeah. 2 times.
Yeah, it's been a
We gave
blast.
away
What do you
6
think of that?
free coffees.
Oh yeah,
Brought to you by Caldies.
plenty more throughout the season. Yeah, plenty more throughout the season.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, and so that's been just fun and different, right?
Yeah.
So we get to like talk to new fans, get them more involved, and give away more stuff. So that's been great. Oh, and then I wanted to talk about the Tim Parker Berkey event as well.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Dude, we had so much going on.
Dude, I felt bad
Well,
for like posting so much stuff, but I'm like, we gotta like,
that day,
there's so
well, I
much
mean,
stuff
just
going
that
on.
day alone was jam packed because before that event, we were at the
Was the
Armory
Armory?
for
Yeah.
the what was that called? Like the pep rally, and the
Yep.
unveiling of the new
Yeah.
kit, the
Yep.
Confluence kit.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's been a whirlwind the last couple weeks. Getting back into the swing of things. Hopefully here in the next couple weeks, we're gonna wind down a little bit now with one, tournament less, and now just focusing on
Yeah.
MLS.
I know, because I was like, man, if we have Columbus, I'm like, we got to go back on Wednesday, which I was, excited for, but
Same
now
time.
you got to find a babysitter and do all that stuff,
Yeah. Call off work, call in sick.
Yeah. Tell the wife I'm staying out late again.
Yeah. And then, they win or something, then we got to go to Columbus. You never know. But at least we won't have to deal with that now.
Yeah. We'll think of the positives. But back on the Berkey Parker event at the St. Louis Sports Company, that was pretty dope, man. That was sick. I'm glad we got to do that, and we were pretty tore up by the time we got there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it was a full day.
Yeah, and what was nice though is like right when we got there, we went straight to the line, started interacting with fans. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Like it was so fun talking to the fans in line.
Yeah. Talking about New Jersey.
Dude, what's funny is like our wives thought it was so dumb, but we thought it was the funniest thing
Yeah.
like ever. I thought it was one of your funniest jokes you've ever told me.
Well, I worked on it for a week straight. No, no,
Well,
I think I just like jokingly said that on the way up there, and I'm like, actually, that's pretty funny. And you're like, yeah, let's run with it. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
yeah, it was funny. It was still at the Armory because you were like, I was like, man, what question could we ask? I was like, let's talk about the New Jersey. I'm like, they just announced it, and you're like, the state? And I'm like, what? And I started laughing like so much, and my wife's just sitting there behind us, like,
You guys
dude,
are idiots.
no, that's yeah. And I'm like, we gotta ask that.
Yeah.
And then I forgot that the Red Bulls play in New Jersey. New York Red Bulls play in New Jersey.
Yeah, so technically they do have a team, but
Yeah, I don't know. I
it's
don't
the
know
New
what to
York
think.
Red Bulls. Their team
Right,
implies otherwise.
they don't count. Yeah, so that's pretty funny. And then like talking about like going inside, it was awesome watching Berkey and Parker interact with all the fans. We got the mic up Tim for a little bit. Uh, and I kept like giving kids red cards. I'm like, give this to Parker when you get up to him.
Yeah, no, that whole
Trying
interaction
to,
was super cool. Seeing him, from
yeah,
that close, talking to all the kids and all the adults and everybody that was coming through the line supporting them. And hopefully they have a lot more of events like that because I mean it's awesome.
I
Everybody gets
mean,
something out of it.
leave it to Giovanna, man. There will be plenty of events.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. But it was crazy. What was that? At the event, I was talking to Parker, right? And we were talking about a Parker Pilsner, which is a good beer. But if you're wondering why we're not drinking our typical City Refs beer, we're sold out. They got to make more. Like we sold them out. I mean, Ambush bought a lot of City Refs beer throughout the season, which we'll touch base on that, before we wrap up the episode. But man, it's people were buying it, man. We were drinking it, people were buying it. And now we're trying to update the labels and stuff before we roll it out again. So yeah, we'll get it back
Yeah,
soon.
definitely.
But in the meantime, we're subbing it in with some Parker Pilsner.
Yeah, which is a very good beer. I'm staying away from that because I got a long day tomorrow, but I got a little sweet tea.
Oh yeah, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow Friday?
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, but yeah, I felt like this last 2 weeks has just been jam packed. It's like it feels like a full time job.
It has a full time job that costs
100%
us
feels like a
money.
full time job. Yeah, we pay to go to this job. But I mean, we're we're having fun. I mean, we still have the passion for the team and stuff like that. So it hasn't felt like a job,
No,
but at the same time, it
yeah,
has.
just time wise, like
Like
it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I'd be ecstatic if my job was this fun, you know. But
yeah, exactly.
yeah, it's been a lot of time, a lot of energy, and I am kind of looking forward to now just going Saturday to Saturday instead of having that midweek game.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm ready to get back on a normal schedule because I mean we have a wife and kid at home, and so it's like
That's right.
even if you take your wife to the game, you still gotta find babysitter and all that stuff. So once you get like on a normal schedule, it's just so much easier.
Yeah.
But on that, I mean, we've been jam packed with ambush throughout the whole off
Yeah.
season. I think we'll dedicate an episode to the ambush after the last home game, but we'll touch base a
Yeah,
little
we'll have
bit.
to recap the whole
I mean,
season because there was a lot. I mean,
yeah, yeah, it's been great. The players have been great. The staff's been great. It's just been so fun.
yeah, no, I mean, I've had a lot of people come up to me and they're like, "Man, you guys have been doing a lot with the ambush. Like, we see your guys' stuff everywhere." And honestly, like that's the best compliment that we can get because it's getting seen, it's getting recognized, and ultimately, we're not paid by the ambush or anything like that. So to be
Yeah,
able
exactly.
to, they treated us well and gave us a lot of access to what they do, and we
Yeah,
were able to build some great relationships there. The players are amazing. The coaching staff, uh, the administrative people, everything was awesome. So to be able to get eyes back on it, like so many people have been like, "Man, the Amber's still around."
Oh,
I
I
used to
know.
go back in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
early 2000s. It's like, yeah, man, they're still there. It's like, well, I have to try it out. I have to go back and see what it's
yeah,
about. It's like, man, because the product's amazing. Unfortunately, I don't think they had the
yeah,
season. Well, we'll get into all that in another episode.
yeah. We'll
But
get into that. But I do want to say like the relationships. Like I think that's the most important thing. Other than highlighting the fan experience and sharing that is the relationships that we built. Um, you know, in this podcast and creating
yeah,
content and stuff. And I think it was awesome. Like with the skill games and everything that we've done for Ambush, like these guys are such great dudes. Like you want to cheer for them. Like even though like the season's not going the way they want it to go, it's like you can't help but cheer for these
right.
guys. Like they're awesome people outside of soccer. Like so I do want to highlight that, but we can get into it in our episode. March 17th is their last home game. If you haven't been, go
Be
check
there or
it
be
out.
square.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we'll end it on that, man. We got a lot going on. I feel like we just rambled on. We had so much to talk about, and it's like I don't even know how to like wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, I know. So you have a baby. You can cut that out for sure.
I'm leaving that in
No,
there.
man. Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
we've
gosh.
just man, it has literally been a whirlwind. There's so much. Like we probably should have did a podcast like after every event. Maybe just got home,
Yeah, I
drunk,
know.
and then rambled off a podcast because I mean we could literally go for hours right now on just that Saturday at the Armory and then everything leading up to us going to the signing with Berkey and messing with those guys over there and actually getting to hang out with him a little bit, like we
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I I will say this story real quick. So Berkey, I think I kind of shared it on Giovanna's episode, but I was like, "Hey man, how's that fantasy football team? Like, how'd you do?" And he goes, "Yeah, I got second place." I was like, "Yeah, once I saw that team, man, I knew you weren't winning nothing." And he looked at me, bro. I'm like, "I just ruined this relationship. He's never coming on the pod."
Hey, and he
Oh
said he
man,
would
but I had
come
to say it.
again. Well, vaguely, like
He did say it. Well, he said if I have time, he's like, I got to see how much time I have. And I'm like, bro, I know what you do. You don't do anything, bro. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That dude is so
not
busy.
yet.
I mean, it's unreal. I mean, and he's such a nice guy too. Like that's the another thing we want to highlight. I feel like we're going on another tangent, but like once you get there and meet these players, like City, Ambush, both of them, like they're so nice and kind and genuine. It's like, and that's what we want to showcase too, because a lot of people don't get to see that. You know?
Yeah, man. Like I I can't believe just all everything that's come from, having started this podcast. All the relationships we've built, all the friends we've made. Like we have legitimate friends just because we started doing this.
Yeah, Akil Watts, we're gonna whooped that in bowling.
Yeah, I mean like Akil obviously that's our boy. We have a few other boys on the City 2 squad, which it's going to be that's coming up too. I'm definitely looking forward to catching some City 2 games, taking the boy. Cause
Yeah, shout out Larson Hackworth,
Dita,
Dita Armstrong. Man, we got to do
we
something with
do.
them, like us two versus them two, and something like soccer related, and then something like darts or something. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
whoop
because we
them.
can't, well, golf. We could.
Oh well, Larson, he said
I
he's
know,
good
that's what
at
I'm saying.
golf. Dita says he's good. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't
but
believe him.
Ezra, I was like questionable on Ezra. And honestly,
As dude,
honestly,
Ezra
he was
Ezra
all
can
right.
play.
He was kind of nice with it.
When we scrambled, he saved us. He saved us a lot when we
Yeah,
scrambled. I
I
miss Ezra,
know.
man. I
We're
miss
gonna have
him,
to go to
dude.
North Carolina or South Carolina.
I know. We keep saying that. We're like, we need to go to Italy
Yeah.
for Nico. we need to go to North Carolina
Hey,
for Ezra, but
Como, that looks like a beautiful place,
dude,
man.
ooh, city refs in Italy,
Imagine,
bro.
bro, they wouldn't
Oh,
know
I
what to
don't
do
even know
with
if
us.
I'd feel safe wearing my ref. Yeah,
Go
man.
fishing,
Oh man.
go out there on Lake
Oh,
Como,
dude.
go eat some pizza, or have actually. Did you see they Como released an episode with Gio was cooking. He was like at a nearby restaurant. They had him cooking up some stuff. So I'm like, I might have to see
Hmm.
what his pasta tastes like.
Yeah, we come home from a game, all hungover. The next morning, Gio's just in the kitchen cooking us
Gotta let him
breakfast.
cook. Let him cook. Now they need to let him cook on the field
All right.
because they took our
Oh
they
yeah,
took
get
our
him on the
player
field,
and
baby.
they ain't giving him enough time if you ask me.
I know. I don't care what their plans are. You just got to get that guy on the field and let him do his
100%.
thing. All right. This is like one of our famous episodes of going here, then there, and then all over the place. But
But it's a
yeah.
good one.
Till
It's a
next
good one to
time,
get
right?
out there,
Yeah, it's a
get us
good one.
started, get us back in the ring. Our next one though, we're
Yeah,
gonna do in
yeah.
person. The next one,
In
I'm coming
person,
over. We're going back. We're going
more
back to where we
detailed.
started in the basement.
In the basement. Oh, in the basement, man. That's another funny story. I like it's just like bringing up all kinds of stuff. So when we started talking to Ezra, I was like, man, I couldn't invite you to my basement, man. Like, how weird would that be on the first episode? I'm like, yeah, I recorded my basement. He goes, and I would have shown up. I would have been there. I'm like,
Oh man, and you know he would, man. That dude, truly miss him.
yeah, it's crazy stuff.
Wishing him the
Crazy stuff.
best this season. You know, and hopefully we'll have to get him back on the podcast. You know, maybe let him get a few games in, and he can get back on here. Let us know how it's going.
Yeah, yeah. Till next time, brother. I know you're not drinking a
All right,
beer,
man.
but
Cheers.
cheers.
We'll see you soon.